How are you feeling about this election?
So can I talk broadly first?
Yeah, please.
Because there's two things. If this were even 2010, I would have said right now, even no matter what the polls say, they have no idea what's coming. They have no idea what's coming. Okay, because I don't think people are answering polls. I don't think people trust pollsters. I don't think people want to tell who they're going to vote for. None of it. However, in 2010, I thought I had a handle on the American people. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they really are thinking. These races are so close that there's no reason for them to be this close. There's no reason. These are radicals who are destroying your children in many cases. And it's 5-point difference.
How Stacey Abrams
So
5
I'll
points.
give you two answers on how am I feeling. One of them is my real gut if things were normal, and then my answer of today.
Yeah. So let's start with Mike Lee. Mike Lee, obviously a senator we both really like. He's been really good on the Constitution. He's facing an independent challenger by the name of
Egg McMuffin.
Egg McMuffin. What do you think this is real? I mean, I think
I do.
You
I'm
think
going
there's a real
out
challenge?
I'm actually going out to help him this weekend. He said to me, Glenn, a long time ago, and he was 10 points ahead or whatever. He's like, you don't understand what the Democrats are doing here. And once I started watching and then I started seeing the polls and I saw what the press is doing to him in his own state, making him look like an absolute radical.
Can you explain this a little bit? Because I think, you know Utah a lot better than I do, and the culture there.
Yeah.
What is happening with the media? Why are they doing this to Mike Lee? Because it's not all just liberal media there, supposedly.
Well, it all has become. It's like BYU. I don't know if I would send my kids to BYU today because you can't get the professors. Where are you going to get the professors? I've talked to the people that run BYU, and they've been like, you have no idea what it's like just to have somebody believe in God that can teach. Okay? So the same thing with it's a real problem. Same thing with the press. You can't find them anymore. And it's a real problem because people in some ways, this state, if Mike Lee loses or wins by 2, I don't know who Utah is. This is a state that grew up. Most people don't know about the Latter-day Saint, culture. They were driven out of America. Utah was not America, okay? They were driven out over the mountains. Many of them didn't even have shoes. They left in the middle of the night because they were burning their families out and killing their families. So they come and they cross the mountain, they get there. The first thing they do is Brigham Young has a parade. There's no street. There's nothing, okay? There's just this group of people, and he's like, we should have a parade. I would have said, really? But what they did is the women, and I can't remember which was which, but the women carried the Declaration of Independence, and the men carried the Constitution. And then the point was, these documents are true. People will falter, but these documents are true and God-inspired. So even though we were chased out by Americans, we weren't. We were chased out by people that had a misunderstanding of what these documents mean. We support these, okay? What people that have ever done that have been chased out, okay? So they have been raised on this. Mike Lee's grandfather was the president of the church. You can't get any more exalted in that religious community than that, okay? His grandfather was a stickler on the Constitution. Mike grew up with his dad arguing constitutional arguments in front of the Supreme Court. And they're going to go for the CIA spy?
So this is interesting because I don't this history a heck of a lot better than I do, but it's like, is this why McMuffin is bringing up is targeting the January 6th thing
Yes.
as a target
Yes.
towards the Constitution, towards democracy,
Yes.
trying to make this
That's why
BS argument about that.
That's why he said, you betrayed the Constitution, okay? Because he's betting that the Constitution still means something, and nobody knows who Mike Lee really is, okay? Which is, to me, impossible. Impossible
if you've watched him act.
But, you know, everything is changing. Everything is changing.
Give me a couple minutes before we wrap up on the Herschel Walker race. Herschel Walker is kind of a friend of yours.
Yeah,
you've
he's
known
a
him
neighbor.
for a while.
Yeah.
And he's it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride. I mean, he's had some scandal allegations against him. He seems to have weathered them now. You watched his performance the other night in the debate. What did you think?
I thought he was great. I mean, you know, there's no constitutional argument happening with Warnock.
Yeah, no.
You know, so, but I thought for a guy who's never done that and is a football player, you know, just a guy who just doesn't think that way, I thought he was awesome. I really did. I thought he had a couple of things that he said. It was like, boom, he knew how to turn it around. One time, I think maybe kind of awkwardly, but generally turns it right back around, does things that, you know, politicians who have been politicians their whole life don't do. And he didn't seem like a politician.
Yeah.
The old me would say he wins by 5 points at least. The new me, no idea. No idea.
It's kind of a scary place to be, considering the consequences.
The
here.
old me on Mike Lee, 10 points, easy. Now,
You don't know.
don't have any idea.
Carrie Lake?
Carrie Lake, yeah, the old me would say 5 to 8 points for Carrie Lake. Today, 2, 3. Now, see, but all of this can change if people are lying to the pollsters and they're just quiet. This doesn't feel like the 2010 Tea Party, because people aren't out in the streets. They aren't showing it because they're being arrested for stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're not out doing it. If people are as dedicated, I will walk through broken glass that is on fire in a sea of cats who haven't eaten in a month, and I mean big cats, to vote. If you are...
A sea of cats?
Yeah.
Why would there be a sea of cats?
Oh, the cats are evil.
Really?
Yeah.
Big
you don't
cats,
know.
though. Like
Yeah,
tigers?
some say it's a conspiracy. No, I mean like the big fat tabby cats.
Okay,
Yeah.
Because not tigers.
No,
you don't care
that's
about the country that
unreasonable.
much.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from Blaze TV with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the 2 videos suggested here.